Welcome to this screencast on legal research processes and strategies dealing with organization of library collections. In this screencast, we'll cover organization of library collections, and next up, we'll deal with legal research processes and strategies, searching the legal universe, as well as charting and documenting research. This is one in a series of screencasts on legal research process and strategies. So let's talk about organization of library collections. There are different organizational schemes for organizing library and classifying library materials. Now, we're in an online class. You still need to know how these systems are organized because you'll still have to deal with print resources. Why do we still care about print? Let's just get this out of the way. Print is crucial in a number of respects. It's cheaper than electronic resources, so you may end up having to subscribe to print resources in the future. It is oftentimes in New Mexico, the only place a resource is available, and it's freely available here at the law library, so it's a low-cost resource. You need to first understand how to find print or electronic materials in the library via our catalog and understand how those library systems are organized. Most academic libraries are cataloged by the Library of Congress, the LC system, classification system. It's like assigning a specific category, subject, and tagging a category to the item or book at hand, and then a subcategory number where you can find it. Those categories and subcategories are called call numbers. It's how the physical stuff and even the electronic books that we have in our collection and our catalog are organized and findable for everyone. Those of you who have looked for books in the library might see that there are a lot of Ks on the shelf. K, just the library involves K classification. You can browse the library's collection if you know the different classes. If you look in the law library, you'll see a list of most general areas of law and specific call numbers for books in that range. You can look for books, say, in the class of contracts. You can go to any of the collections to find those materials as long as you know generally where that category lands in the call number range. There are handouts in the law library, at the front desk, at the reference desk, as well as posted on the sides of stacks to help you find these materials. Also associated are subject headings. Once assigned, those subject headings don't change. So if you find a book associated or hashtagged almost with the subject heading, all books associated with that subject heading are easy to find. Here's an example of parts of the LC call number. KF indicates the general subject area, subclass K is law, and KF is U.S. law. KFN is N for New Mexico law. The number line, which indicates more specifically the subject area, which is presented on the shelf in numerical order. So that LC subject heading system, the vocabulary never varies. Once identified, that subject heading may be searched in any catalog that uses Library of Congress subject heading. So we've looked at different ways for searching for books and articles. Our library is actually limited to what we have in our print and electronic holdings because we're poor. We may not have everything in the world on entertainment law, but if you need to access something that we don't have, we have other means of accessing it, including borrowing it for other libraries. And you can look and see what other libraries might have by searching the Law Library Catalog, which is WorldCat. You can access and search the Law Library Catalog via this link. It's part of a consortium of many libraries in New Mexico and international and national libraries. You can limit the search by library or other criteria. If you go to our law library website, lawlibrary.unm.edu. You can search our catalog here, or you could do an advanced catalog search right under that. Once you click on that search our catalog here, it will bring you to this interface, which will allow you to search, say, by keyword. You type in mental capacity, and a word wheel comes up, which brings up different suggestions of things you might be interested in. You can also click this University of New Mexico Law Library drop-down arrow and expand it or contract it to just our law library, main campus UNM libraries as well as our library, or the whole WorldCat system worldwide. If you're searching, for example, mental capacity, legal and medical aspects, just the New Mexico Law Library, let's say you find this first listing, mental capacity, medical and legal aspects of the aging by J. Brooke Asher. And you can see, first, before we even click on this link, which will tell us more about the book, You'll see that the libraries that own this item include the University of New Mexico Law Library. If we click within that listing, mental capacity, medical, and legal aspects of the aging, we'll see that the law library has a copy that's supposed to be available and on the shelves, and there's the call number, KF480M4. So if you go to the lower floor, general collection, and look in that call number range, KF480M4, and specifically go to that particular point on the shelves, you should find that book. When you're viewing an entry for an item, you can scroll down further within this entry, further and further down, to view the related subjects that have been tagged to that item. You can click on any of those related subjects, including older people, legal status, laws, etc., insanity law, older people, dementia, geriatrics, etc., to find other materials tagged with that same subject. When you're searching online catalogs such as WorldCat, you can search by author, by title, by keyword, which locates all catalog entries containing the words entered, as well as subject headings. Subject headings can be used in WorldCat to find other materials on the same subject. It depends, though, on what subject the cataloger has entered. So it's not like keywords where it's any keyword that has been entered into that item's record. It's been subject tagged by a particular individual cataloger. And these are the interfaces that it looks like, where you can click the drop-down arrows to change the field from keyword to subject, from title to author, and so forth. And then you can narrow or expand your search to years, to range of years, to different libraries, and so forth. In this particular screencast, we covered organization and searching library collections. Next up, in the next screencast, we'll deal with legal research processes and strategies, including searching the legal universe and documenting and charting your research. Stay tuned.